of your home of the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics. This is KHQ Local News at 5.
And tonight we continue our KHQ Weather Authority alert coverage. Good evening on this snowy Thursday. I'm Dan Kleckman.
We're glad you're here. I'm Stephanie Vigil. It's been an absolute mess, as you know, out on the roads today. You can just look outside your window, which is why we are in a Weather Authority alert.
Yeah, heavy snow making way to freezing rain in some places, leading to wet, slush-covered roads.
And we just got off the phone with 911 dispatch. Phones ringing off the hook over there, and there are dozens of active accidents happening right now.
Wow, this video was shot on Spokane South Hill just a short time ago, just feet away from where a school bus had also gotten stuck in the snow. One after another, cars and trucks getting stuck, struggling to get out.
Well, tonight we are bringing you team coverage from the areas seeing the most trouble right now. But first, let's go straight to Blake in the Weather Center.
All right, Blake, what are you seeing?
Well, seeing the steadiest stuff, guys, starting to come to an end out there. As you can see, this system that's been with us all day long starting to push now east of Spokane. Now, once that gets out of the way, we're looking at much drier conditions, but mainly scattered showers that continue through the rest of the night tonight. The thing that's kind of thrown this forecast off, we were expecting this to turn over to rain at about 2 o'clock. That stayed as very, very wet snow, basically raining slush out there across the inland northwest, and that on top of snow is making it very dangerous on our area roadways to get home. So please be careful. You do see that transition over to rain starting to happen right now, and as we head to about 7 o'clock tonight, it should be much less heavy, much less steady, and turning more over to these scattered showers that will continue off and on, mainly as rain or a rain-snow mix through the rest of the night tonight and into our early Friday morning. Now, there are still several watches and warnings in place. The one in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene should expire at about 7 o'clock tonight when the steadiest of this is starting to come to an end. Other areas in the northern panhandle could continue to see snow into early tomorrow morning. So very dangerous out there right now, guys. Again, the intensity of this starting to calm down, but that's not going to affect what's already on the roads, and it has been a very dangerous commute so far.
Well, I'm Katie Chen, and I am on the corner of 18th and Perry, and I just want you to take a look at what people are dealing with. These treacherous conditions. We've heard a lot of spinning tires here, a lot of cars getting stuck, people getting pushed out. I do want to show you this video that we shot earlier of a school bus actually getting pulled out after getting stuck on these roads. It's all that slush and a little bit of ice on the ground as well that's causing these very treacherous conditions. But here's the very cool thing about the Perry district right now. Lots of people have been coming. This is some video I took of a Good Samaritan using his truck and a tow rope to pull a car that got stuck out into safety so that they can get on their way home from work. And I actually met a Good Samaritan here. His name is Jake, and we're actually going to speak with him live right now. You've pushed about a dozen cars out of getting stuck. Can you tell me why you wanted to do this today?
My mom was giving me a ride home, and she was having trouble get up the hill, and I noticed everybody else was too. Didn't want her to risk getting me all the way there, so I decided, hey, I'll walk the rest of the way. Saw people needed help, just kept helping them.
Why do you think it's so important to help people during a time like this? Obviously very dangerous driving conditions.
Well, because I want everybody to get home safe, have a meal in their belly, and if we all slowed down and helped each other out, we all get home faster.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for everything you've done. And yeah, that's absolutely right. Just be patient, take your time on the roadways, and just be safe. Reporting live from the South Hill, Katie Chen, KHQ Local News.
And I'm Patrick Erickson, live right now in Spokane Valley. Crews out here just clearing a 2-car accident. Take a look at some video that I had a chance to send back just a short time ago. A pickup truck and also an SUV involved in that crash. Amazingly, however, you can see the severity of the 2 damaged vehicles there. Both drivers only suffered minor injuries in that crash. And just moments ago, tow trucks here actually removed both of those vehicles from the roadway out here. And Highway 27 is now back open, specifically between the areas of 32nd and Dishman Micah. What people are dealing with out here at this hour is this heavy, wet snow that's being compacted onto the roadways out here, and it's becoming ice. It's being very, very treacherous for the drivers out here. I talked to Washington State Patrol. They told me that they have been extremely busy here this afternoon, and they didn't see this coming either. They've been following all of these crashes as well as we have all afternoon long, and will continue throughout the evening. That trooper I spoke with said he's expecting a very long night ahead. Reporting live in Spokane Valley, Patrick Erickson, KHQ Local News.
And I'm Adam Mayer here on I-90 eastbound at the Sherman Avenue exit here in Coeur d'Alene. As you guys can see, it's really starting to come down here, but within the last hour, there have been 3 crashes just minutes apart here on I-90, but crews have been working diligently to make sure that those crashes were cleared up. And it's actually right as I pulled up, that third crash happened right there past the exit. So it is still extremely slick through here, but crews are doing a great job of making sure that this area is cleared. If you are heading east towards Kellogg, 4th of July Pass, make sure that you do take your time. As you guys can see, it is really starting to come down out here, and it's going to be staying like this for the next several hours. So make sure that you do allow yourself plenty of time to get to your destination tonight and take it slow. Live in Coeur d'Alene, Adam Mayer, KHQ Local News.
I'm McHale, live in East Spokane, just south of Interstate 90. This is the area I spent the last hour or two, specifically Carnahan and 16th Street. Very, very large hail in that neighborhood, which was causing major problems for commuters, lots of flight-offs, lots of crashes. One crash specifically I went to, an ambulance showed up to take someone to the hospital. That ambulance ended up
I'm Andrea Olson outside of the McCarthy Athletic Center where the Gonzaga game is about to take place in less than an hour. I did talk with employees here who say so far there are no delays because of the snow, but the snow is coming down and it may delay you if you're trying to get down here. Now, just to give you an idea, our station at KHQ downtown on Sprague is about 10 minutes away from this area. It took me about 30 minutes to get down here. That just goes to show how slow the roadways are. It was about 40 miles per hour. That's how slow I was traveling. I just want to step behind the camera so you can see just how much snow is accumulating on these roadways. This is the sidewalk. People are walking out here and you can just see through the camera lens all that snow dripping down. So just take it easy, take it slow out here. If you're coming out to this game, make sure to take it slow. I'll send it back to you guys.
Andrew, thank you. Unfortunately, a deadly crash north of Soap Lake this morning after a car slid off the road and into a lake. Officers jumped into the freezing temperatures to rescue the victims, but it was too late to save the driver. The passenger survived, but is in critical condition. At this point, state troopers say the driver simply lost control on the ice-covered road.
Meanwhile, a garbage truck driver is hurt after his truck slid off the road and down an embankment this morning. It happened in South Spokane County on Fairway Ridge Lane. Deputies say he had snow chains and was going slow, but it wasn't enough to stop the crash. Thankfully, he only suffered minor injuries.
Claire Graham is here now. And Claire, we've been getting a lot of questions about how the county and city are planning on clearing these roads.
Hey guys, yeah, the de-icers, the sanding trucks, and the plows have actually been out all day today. They're working hard. They've been focusing on the arterials. And the city of Spokane actually just tweeted that they're bringing in extra snow removal crews for the night shift so that they can continue focusing on those arterials overnight. And then tomorrow morning, they'll start on the residential areas. But I want to talk about something. The city says they haven't called an all-city plow yet because there's not enough snow on the roadways right now. And while they a little iffy, if you think about it, it actually makes sense. Snow isn't necessarily what's making the streets so dangerous right now. You get in your car to drive home, you think you're going to get snow. Instead, look at what you get. You're getting moisture underneath that water and a layer of ice. That is what's making these conditions so slick. So calling an all-city plow might not necessarily help that situation just because it's so wet. It's not cold enough for all of that to freeze to be a solid, chunk of ice or snow right now, but it is really slick because it's so wet right now. So if the city does call an all-city plow, we'll keep you updated. But they said they're still reassessing to see just how bad it is out here and what the city plow would actually do to benefit drivers. Reporting in downtown Spokane, I'm Claire Graham. Back to you guys.
All right, Claire, thank you.
And right now, after being open and closed all day, eastbound lanes of Snoqualmie Pass are closed. At this time, there is no indication on when they may open, but troopers say they've responded to dozens of crashes there all day. This is a picture of the traffic backup heading eastbound. This picture was taken in North Bend, almost 20 miles before the pass. If you have people coming home tonight, you should tell them to hold off until tomorrow.
And we also just got word that many school districts are running on a half-hour to up to an hour delay for school buses. This is a picture from a student in the Central Valley School District. His bus about 40 minutes late. So parents, be aware that your child may be late. Districts say they have been sending out text alerts. And this is a live look from our sky cam on the KHQ roof. Let's turn on the wipers, can we? And see, there you go.
Ask and you shall receive.
Well, it didn't help much. It's still a little foggy, wet mess out there, so please drive very carefully.